Hello, and welcome to another episode of Roll for Story, the Claude Coast arc. Whew, nearly at the end of it, guys. Um, Last session, you guys managed to overcome some sort of illusionary trap that triggered when you guys got to the entrance of the cavern where you followed the troglodytes to. And it seemed to have manifested a gigantic eye of energy that shot laser beams and pulsed energy from it. It seemed only Irina was the only one seeing through the illusion, in fact, not seeing it at all, and wondering why all of her allies were rolling and ducking and diving behind cover. And it wasn't until some communication was said that you realized this is something of an illusion, and in order to overcome it, you used various different personal ways, either looking through your magical book or splashing yourself with water. And eventually, I think it was only Kishan left who couldn't help but punch this phantasm for as long as it took. And in the end, I think you blinded him and dragged him away, whilst uh, it was Andy trying to figure out the puzzle on this floor. And there was a gemstone which they were attracted to, the shiny. And as they tried to pry it open, it seemed to just only set off the trap again, sending them into another bit of phantasmal assault. But you also figured out that there was some sort of underground passage thanks to Irina's X-ray vision, and there were two cogs to the side of that, which were attached to the pillars, and turning the cogs in the right direction opened up a series of steps that spiraled downwards. And eventually you found yourself in an underground, sandy, dusty dungeon, and you sent off a little scout ahead just to make sure the path was clear. Didn't seem like anybody was around, but maybe it was too quiet. And as you took a quick rest to recuperate from your psychic visions, you heard a scuttling noise as well from the south. The same room that you saw like a pile of gold in. Um, didn't want to touch that, so you just left it. And as you came back around to that room, the gold had disappeared. Also, your familiar seemed to nearly get clubbed by a troglodyte, but he seemed to have come out of nowhere. Like, you couldn't figure out where he came from. So you must assume either they've got secret doors or teleportation. And so, Llewellyn, you kind of ran your fingers along the wall just to make sure there wasn't any secret doors, and instead you found a ancient vault filled with treasures that you could see only thanks to the X-ray shirt. Unfortunately, the doors seemed to be magically locked, and it seemed as though the entire area was permeated with magic. As I believe, Carius, you were able to visibly see the aura of abjuration, and the villain identified it as a spell known as Guards and Wards,
Yep.
which is a spell known to wizards and bards of 6th level. Pretty damn high.
Yep.
So with that, you kind of moved along a little bit more cautiously, and you could see up ahead there was a passageway, but when you got to the end, the door magically locked. And you worked your way back around and finally came face to face with a mirror. And in the mirror was not your own reflection, but that of a beautiful woman bedecked in jewelry and silks, and she has a veil over the lower half of her face. And in one hand, she's holding a musical instrument, looks like a flute, but or some sort of wind instrument. And all the while, you've been hearing this instrument just kind of phasing in and out. It's light, but it's not like invasive. Just there, it's sort of an ambience. And Carius, you also noticed that basically there's dust particles of music and magic everywhere around you. It seems to be like flowing with the sand in the air. And she addresses you all and says, "Well, You must be the ones I have been hearing all about.
Good things, I hope.
Quite the contrary, I'm afraid. Your little stunts the in the dry oasis have set me back quite some amount.
Ah, so what you're saying, you're the one responsible for all of that in the end.
Yes, but that's not a crime.
I mean, uh, correct me if I'm wrong, Irina, but we've got kidnap, we've got poisoning, we've got stabbing, we've got
Manslaughter, attempted
manslaughter.
murder, breaking and entering, destruction of public property.
That wasn't my doing.
Releasing a horde of monsters on a city.
True, but if you're the one in charge, then surely they're your responsibility.
Well,
Kind of your fault by proxy.
even so, the captain of the guard can change the law as he wishes, and thus the laws under him are laws under me. I guess I haven't done any wrong, as long as the captain of the guard doesn't say I have.
I'm pretty sure it's not the captain of the guard who makes the law, but
No, he
you
just
know,
enforces it.
the sultan.
And also, I think you're too much worrying about what was legal and illegal and not what was right and wrong.
Not to mention, if you kidnap the captain of the guard, hypnotize him so he'll go by your laws,
It
doesn't
does
quite
sound
work the
like-
same.
It does sound like your morals are trying to cover your own ass.
Alright, laws, right and wrong, doesn't matter. Why are you all here?
Just gonna before this go any further, Irina's kind of staying in the corridor. Like she can obviously still hear and speak
Yeah.
and things like that. But she's also gonna sort of have a private conversation with Candlewick just to be essentially what I want to do is make sure that the same situation we had on the archipelago is that if for whatever reason I am not myself, Candlewick is going to hold on to using the Pearl of Power, the remove curse, so that he can remove it from me if I get taken over.
Love how you just kind of casually slipped in and out of Irina's voice the entire time.
I'm talking as Irina, I do the accent, and then if I'm talking as myself, I lose the accent. So I just
It's like how easy you did that. It was insane.
Yeah.
split personalities.
Yeah. I was like,
But-
when I did that scene with Elravan saying the goodbyes, I split between 4 of them. I was quite happy with that.
It's like when I had to do Tan and Irina in the same scene.
But
Right.
yeah,
So anyway, back to your question. Why are we here? Well, to rescue those people who have been wrongfully kidnapped. Also looks like you've got quite a bit of treasure. So
yeah, we're kind of the type of people where if we see wrong being done, we just can't help meddling.
yeah, that's been a problem of mine for a while.
Yeah.
Which ones in particular do you wish to be freed? Perhaps I can arrange something.
Is this like more than one city kind of thing?
Like all of them?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
all of them was kind of the thing. Also,
I meant individually.
How,
Oh.
how about you tell us what your end game is, so we can decide as to whether we can agree with any of that.
that's a good point. We need to know where you're going because
Maybe,
then,
maybe there's a compromise here.
True, if it's for the greater good, then perhaps the
Greater good.
sacrifice is necessary.
Greater good. Well, I can tell you that the executions have been put to an end. That's for good.
I mean,
The city is much
I
more
knew it.
organized.
What about free will?
That's dangerous.
true, but so are you, and you know.
I mean, of course, free will is dangerous, but like, what's an adventure without a little bit of danger?
Yeah. What's the point of living if there is no free will?
Well,
Can you imagine how boring life
some would use that free will to harm others. You
I mean, like you.
And that's why you
According
punish
to
the ones who harm others.
according to my informants, you've already dispatched of the majority of the brigands. So you already understand that I've saved the Dry Oasis from a horrible bandit group that did nothing but terrorize and kill those on the road.
And couldn't you have done that a better way? You know, you've obviously got plenty of wealth, plenty of resources, plenty of magic. Couldn't you just have defeated the bandits and, you know, left it at that?
That sounds a bit barbaric, simply killing them.
Or
I put them to better use.
imprisoned them, you know, or tried to rehabilitate them through their own free will and, you know, betterment than, you know, mind control.
Yeah, instead
Giving
of
criminals a new life to be able to understand the wrongdoings that they've done allowed them to correct their behavior.
Yeah, I mean,
There's nothing barbaric in that.
yeah, I mean, Kashan's a prime example. He knows all about that, like atonement and stuff.
and
He's a monk.
how about instead of striving to the power and control of the Dry Oasis, why not send help?
No, I'm not interested in power or.
Okay, well, you're still dodging our original question. If you tell us what it is you're actually after or what you want, we can maybe compromise. At the moment, you're not actually answering that question.
What I want.
What
I want is to feel fulfilled.
Sorry.
You want to feel
To feel-
fulfilled.
Yes.
To feel like physically, emotionally. You want to find love. Where you getting out of here?
You
can
They,
go
they,
ahead.
they want to find a sense of fulfillment, and they see that by enslaving these people and protecting them from themselves, you find some sense of fulfillment.
Well, they're not necessarily slaves, are they? They still get to go about their lives, live out their menial existence.
And then
But they have no fulfillment anymore.
Hey,
Do you not see what you're doing? You're taking away what you don't have. It's like someone who's jealous being like a kid with a toy because they don't have that toy. They're going to take it off of someone else so that they have it.
and you took
How I
and you
see it.
took away from what we've seen, or at least seems to be the result of this. You took away people's skills and people's desires. A carpenter who can no longer work wood isn't much of himself at all. I'd say that's
She-
more than just taking his free will.
She gestures around to her throne that she sits on, and she says, his work has been put to better use, as you can see.
Hey, Kashan, do you remember when we were in Weep and there was that being that was transforming some of the citizens into monsters and basically taking over their lives, and we put an end to that? I get the feeling
Yes.
we're gonna have to do the same thing here.
What a gruesome death that thing had.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
Um.
And that was the just and the right thing to do.
Yep.
For the greater good.
Two different continents, two of the same problem.
Wait. Actually, just cycle back a moment. You said that his skills are being put to better use. So have you taken his skill, or is there like a spirit of him in there with you that's made your throne? Is that what you're saying?
Someone's paying attention rather than just throwing out needless threats. Yes. As I said, I'm taking back that fulfillment.
You're literally like a spoiled toddler. Oh my god.
Andy,
Parasite is the right word.
you don't think that she's responsible for the thing when we originally came here, do you? Because we couldn't contact him, and if she's got spirits,
Oh.
I'm sorry, what? What is it you're accusing me of now?
Oh, I'm not accusing you. I'm just just putting a thing out there that's a possibility. Considering that all of this started quite a while ago, the execution stopping, for example, and a certain spirit that we've been looking to commune with doesn't seem to be able to be, and we're wondering if that might be due to you. Well, I was.
I mean, that happened a long time ago.
I know, but wasn't he like the last execution there, so or something, if I remember rightly?
And how long has she been here? That's the question. How long have you been here?
And I mean, who is she?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We haven't
yeah.
exactly asked that. Who are you, by the way?
You may call me the mistress of the sands.
Can I just call you Moss
Terrible
for
name.
short?
Sandy.
Sandy would work.
Sunday, yeah, we'll go with Sunday.
Or considering you seem to be all this illusion stuff, how about Mirage? I could go with that.
Nah,
Nope.
Sandy is
Sunday,
lamer.
Sunday is, yeah.
Okay, Sandy it is. Group consensus.
I prefer Mirage.
Nah,
Well,
Sandy.
Yeah,
Sandy.
I'm afraid it's the group consensus.
Put it to a
You
vote. All those in favor of Sandy say aye. Aye.
Aye.
You can all roll a wisdom save as you as you say that, as she gestures around in the mirror. And yeah, everyone who's laying eyes on the mirror can definitely roll that wisdom save.
So not Irina then, because she's not.
Oof.
Oh, yeah, because I'm around the corner not looking.
You can see through Kaz, I guess.
Nope. No,
Ah.
I'm deliberately not looking.
That's a good start.
Sean? Oh, you got 11.
Already done it.
Little. Okay.
It's a good start for
And
the day.
Tackler as well.
Oh yeah, Tackler.
Okay, so
This
as you say, all
this
in
is a
favour,
magical effect, right?
It is.
Okay, advantage for Tackler.
Okay, so as you say, all in favour, Carrier says aye, the villain says aye, but Kashan, Andy, and Taklo all disagree and say instead they should just say nay, basically, in that
Nay.
one moment.
Well,
Taklo's like,
That's it.
"Yeah, Mirage is
What?
definitely
What
better.
came out of my mouth?
Mistress of Mirage, it sounds cool.
No, not no. Then we'd be calling her Mum, and I don't like that.
That
The
is
Americanism,
correct,
maybe.
Yeah.
but it was still 3 to 3, and technically Tacklaw is a familiar, not
Yeah.
as harsh
Yeah,
as that might sound.
You know what? In this case, Tacklo, as much as I appreciate your input, bye-bye. I'll poof him.
So technically
Oh.
it's 3 to 2, and you're called Sandy.
So you're not too dissimilar from myself in that you don't really see the opinions of those beneath you as valued.
Oh
Did
no,
we or
no.
did we not just hold a vote?
Yeah, and it
Well,
was
pretty even.
it was equal, I'll admit, but actually, wait a moment. No, it wasn't. Kaz, what do you think? Irina, what does Kaz think?
He's an unseen servant, so he can't even voice himself.
I'd literally start talking to the skull and go,
Oh, God.
Kaz agrees with me.
Yep.
Hold on. Let's see what his. I don't think he even has a wisdom.
No, he doesn't. I'm literally talking to the skull and judging it based on what I know of him when he was alive.
Oh, I see.
He would have agreed with me. Also, he
does
wouldn't
have
have been able to say Mirage. He'd have been able to say Sandy.
You're
But
making this up. You're making this up.
nope, there is clearly someone called Kaz here, and only Irina can speak to them, and they are clearly saying Sandy. Sorry.
We could always ask Candlewick. I'm sure he'd agree with me too.
Oh yeah, there's
'cause
Candlewick too,
and Grimoire.
and Grimoire.
Yeah.
If I really have to. Fine. And you see, she clicks her fingers, and you hear another few voices from down the corridor say, "No," in a human masculine voice.
Okay, well, they can call you what you want, Sandy.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
after
you're
all,
actually outvoted.
after
And by that same merit, you are outnumbered here. And throwing out threats like you were earlier is
Okay. Stop throwing
Very
your toys out the
very
pram
impolite.
already, alright?
Outnumbered but never outmatched.
That remains to be seen.
I mean,
At the end of
Nonetheless,
the day, lady, we just want to know why. Like, sure, fulfillment. Isn't there another way for you to go about that?
you're a musician. Can you just like go on tour or something? You know?
I was on tour once a long time ago, yes. I did have my heyday.
Hmm.
And you lost your touch. What happened? Why are you suddenly
Oh,
in
I would say it was
Dusty
taken
October
away from me.
by?
It wasn't Chad, was it? Somehow.
Was it chat?
By
Oh,
society, by the people, if you really must
I mean,
know.
it's good to know these things, you know, because we want the whole story before we can like make any
Very well.
decision.
In the same vein that you said that it was the Sultan that decides everything. They are law, but they are responsible for the people. In the same way you said, I'm responsible for my underlings' actions. I would say the
Yep.
Sultan is responsible.
Yes.
Fair enough. Okay.
What exactly did he do?
He tried to steal my gift.
Wait, he didn't refer to you as a muse, did he? Or something
Roll
like
an
that.
inside check.
he did. I fully believe that is what it is.
14.
It's hard to make out the emotions behind the veil, but you do notice a slight hesitation at the mention of that word.
Hmm.
I was called many things. A virtuoso, a prodigy,
And what happens to the muses when they're dispatched of in whatever way you were?
when they're sapped of all their worth.
How are they sapped?
I didn't let it get that far, of course.
Well, you clearly still retain some of your talent if you're
Because
obviously
I escaped.
right. Okay.
S-
So what's stopping you from having a normal life again?
I am hunted by the very ones who now serve me. See, I made my captors my servants. As a twist of irony. Call it karma.
I mean, I appreciate the sort of poetry of that.
Yeah.
I'm not
But
gonna
wouldn't
deny.
you just want to go back to doing what you love? That surely would give you more fulfillment than making people miserable. Isn't it the job of a bard and a musician to bring emotion and joy to people rather than emotionless husks just doing as they're told?
You're not miserable, are you? No, you hear in response.
That's because you're telling them and influencing them on what to say. It's hollow. It doesn't mean anything.
I
Oh my
mean,
god, how can you live like this? Do
I'm
you not want that sense of joy and freedom that playing music to people who genuinely love it?
Yeah.
I will admit I have missed that sensation, that feeling. Perhaps you will be my audience.
Well,
Perhaps you will hear my masterpiece.
Well, it depends on whether or not it's going to mind control us or not, because obviously, if that's the case that it will, then obviously we're going to love it because you make us love it.
unless I mean, we'd be perfectly willing to listen to your masterpiece, providing you promise to weave no magic into it.
Same way I was promised that no harm would come to me. Promises are empty.
Promises
Yes.
are only as
I get
empty
you've
as those
been
that give
hurt,
them.
but you obviously need to learn to trust people again. You've been hurt once, but that doesn't mean people are constantly gonna come after you. Trust me on that. I was hit down low. and now I found a new family with new friends, and you could very much do the same if you just opened up to people instead of controlling them.
Everyone I loved, all of my friends are long dead now.
Yeah,
No.
and I was in the same place once upon a time. And now look.
Doesn't mean you
Maybe we
can't
should
make
just speak
new
to everyone.
ones.
Exactly.
And considering we've got 2 people who play musical instruments, I mean, there's always room aboard our ship. We could start a traveling musical thing.
It's like
I
I
mean,
was like, oh, we convinced the bad guy to come along with us and be good.
Roll a persuasion check.
Do you
um,
know
I
what
get-
would be a really
I-
good idea though? Is to literally have her work for Chad's casino. She could
I'll
literally
say-
Yeah.
influence all the people to gamble more.
yeah, we. Okay, persuasion check.
Yeah, I don't know whether if Andy, you want to roll it as well, or give Karis advantage. It's either up
I'll
to you.
give Carius advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. 25.
Okay.
I'm pretty persuasive.
Pretty persuasive. For a moment, you swear you see a joy of this prospect glint in the back of her eyes. The idea of traveling again, seeing the world, performing in front of crowds. It is a joy that she has missed. You can clearly tell that. And it's almost as if she's forgotten who she is, what she is, for that brief moment. But then she takes a deep sigh. I wish that were really a possibility.
Why
I
is
do.
it not? What's
As I've
stopping
said,
you?
society sees me. They want to be rid of me, capture me, do terrible things.
I mean, we've got a friend who's like the captain of the guard in one of the cities. I'm sure we can get you some protection there. You know, a bit of a change of identity.
But also, that was a really long time ago.
There
You
is
could...
still one that would know me. In fact, actually, I guess there's a couple. But most normal people would have been long gone. It's true.
So, going back to the whole sucking your ability to play music, how did they manage to do that?
That power is one that some can possess, but it is twisted. It is used for evil.
Is it a personal power? Is it an item?
It
Is
is
there-
one that many savants can achieve, but rarely manage to pierce that limit, that ceiling of possibility. But it is one that can be achieved through music.
Huh.
It takes a bard to steal a bard's powers.
Or
Or a sorcerer, or a wizard, or anyone who's capable of incredibly powerful magic.
so you're basically saying that the Sultan is a talent vampire with magic somehow?
Maybe. Or, as you put it, perhaps he has some sort of magical item. I am
But
not fully aware.
is there
Well, I know.
no way we can convince you to stop this? Because, to be honest, if it goes on much longer, you're really no better than he is. And I feel really sad seeing you stuck here. You're clearly talented
Yeah,
and miserable.
Yeah.
we do feel a little bad right now, but we have got to stop it one way or another.
You have killed more people than I have, it seems.
I
Those
would
poor
like
clerics,
I would
Okay.
like to
those poor guards.
I'd like to say I wasn't responsible for that.
And also, we thought they were killing us.
My point is, regardless of that fact or the number of people you've enslaved, you are in this room, miserable, as an artist, playing to a room of no one, and people who enjoy your work because you're making them enjoy it. And it's making me die a little bit inside. Can we not just let us help you?
Yeah.
Please?
I agree.
one-
Seeing someone like you trapped tears at my
Clearly
soul.
not necessarily evil, but like you're just. It's so sad.
It's like you ran away from getting your powers sapped, but they may as well have been sapped if they're stuck in here.
You have a good point.
The only one trapping you here is yourself. That is essentially it.
That is a tough pill to swallow. She steps up from her throne as you plead all this, and you see the reflection of the mirror actually almost seemingly projecting into that of like a hologram that's come forth and stepped out of the mirror itself. And she looks at you all. She tries to peer around the corner as well to see Irina, but
I've literally got my back.
yeah, it's of no
Yeah.
use. She just sort of rolls her eyes just like, and says, as I've said, society has deemed my kind a monster.
Wait.
So did my society.
Mine deemed me a criminal.
And I
am a delinquent.
got cast out by my own family, so
No.
Everyone looks at Kashan expecting him to say something next.
There's better.
I am a
But-
parent.
There
and
is better ways to do it.
She seems to think for a moment, shakes her head as if she's not really sure anymore. And it seems you have all made a very hard persuasion. And I need everyone who can see the mirror to roll a perception check. Because she seems to be hesitating and stuttering, like, I suppose. And she seems to be almost on that teetering point.
I mean, we fully go by what Carrier said. If you wanted to come along with us, we could keep you safe. And whatever hunts you down, we go from continent to continent. You'd be going everywhere. You could
and
perform
I
anywhere.
would like to make a point that, well, while unconfirmed, everything that you've said to us and who you say is hunting you and did this to you, at the end of the day, is planning on doing the very same thing to Andy. She is essentially you before this happened to you. She is the new muse. She is the one that he wants now.
yes.
So yeah, you can go free pretty much.
Yeah, the Sultan may make the rules, but that doesn't mean we're exactly his biggest fans. Family first.
We're trying to find a way to free Andy from this burden too. We would happily do the same for you if it granted you freedom and the freedom of the dry oasis.
You're
Same goal.
Another muse?
Apparently.
Reincarnated?
What?
No.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
Was this us?
She's looked, and then you suddenly hear, I guess before, I'd say you see it before you hear it, but Velen, you got a 32 and Carius got a 25. Oh my god, everyone got really well.
I got a nat 1.
Yeah,
the
Cad's
persuasion.
blocking your view,
Yep.
even though he's unseen.
Yep. Stupid
There
invisible person, get out of my way.
What you see is a slight flicker of flame behind her, and you think it's the brazier behind her, Carius, but Llewellyn and everyone else can see that it's coming from something like an aura. And as it kind of manifests there and hovers, you see it slightly turn into a face, and that face snarls and says, "Liars. All of them liars. Do not believe them." And that's what you hear.
Got
She turns and says, "But they are like me. They've said so. This one is like me. Perhaps one of my sisters in a way." And you just see the flame kind of flicker again, and it appears as though it's not front and center to the mirror. It's almost as if it's not reacting properly. And sorry, go on.
She's just checking stuff.
Okay.
Oh, she's right next to Carius, and she kind of like leans over to Carius, and she's just like, "I'm getting a little freaked out right now."
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
It seems like maybe she's being manipulated herself.
I think there's a big glowing thing that's doing all this. She's okay. It's the big glowing thing behind her.
All right, so we need to deal with the big glowing thing.
Yes.
All right.
I'm just like whispering this. To
Yeah.
If you want my help, you will command your minions. You kill them.
Yep. Definitely.
All of
Definitely the glowing
them.
thing.
But you don't need their help. You have us
him.
now.
Wait.
You see a long finger extend, and it is like coalesced in flame and reddish skin. It ends in a long claw, and it extends, pointing towards Llewellyn.
Llewellyn, is that like your cousin or something?
Kill them all. Spare him. And you see another hand placed on top of her shoulder, and it is massive. It is like the size of her head, but like weighs her down slightly. You can see the weight kind of like push down, and suddenly her eyes are aflame as well. And you see her mouth something silently, and everyone else, you all begin to hear like the marching of boots and the scuttling of something nearby.
How about you stop being a coward and come and fight us yourself rather than using these?
If you are who you say you are, a muse, if you certainly are that powerful, then prove it.
I didn't say anything about powerful.
I mean, if we did take down 4 dragons, I'm just saying.
Collectively.
Yeah, I know,
Not
but
just me.
I was trying to big you up.
We're in this together.
Because that's what families do.
No, no, she said it. She said the Fast and Furious line. Okay, I'm making you all roll initiative. That's it. All roll initiative. Let's go.
It was going so well. Stupid, weird,
Well-
giant shadow creature.
Oh, it wasn't shadowy. It was fiery and red,
Okay.
and
I
that
can't
was-
see it, but my brain is like, is it one of the Ifriti?
I also,
And it-
Lena
it's
just
almost as if
probably
because
has a
it's
big
not
scary
in.
brother.
It seems as though the mirror isn't like fully translating its image because it's not center and front to it, kind of like off to the side, and so you didn't see it like the mirror didn't like pull its image forth, but you definitely saw some aspects of it. And as she mouthed this silent word, she falls back into the mirror and disappears.
Can any of us see what the silent word is? Like, can we read the lips? I know none of us have the feet, but Llewellyn's got like the best vision in the universe.
well,
True,
out,
but you
out
can't
of-
live read.
out of character, Chris said, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, take that for what you will. Okay, let's see. Where's the initial combat? That's the one. Okay.
We
Yeah,
had
Man,
some-
this took a different turn. I didn't expect you guys to.
What the hell, Nat 20? Why are you there? And the tap close apparently on initiative 2.
whatever
Yeah,
this
why
is,
not?
Whatever this is, can I also remind everyone that I have no spell?
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yep, understood. Okay.
I'm still on nothing.
Well, you're not going to be killed. They specifically said not to kill you.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you're
They said
okay.
spare him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Why indeed, Lavan?
If,
Why
Maybe he finds
indeed?
you attractive. I don't know.
unless it's who I think it is, then
Darius, you're up first. You
Yep.
can hear the marching of boots, the scuttling of large creatures. You hear a chain as well coming from the south. And you hear the grinding of stone somewhere else around the walls, maybe. You're not sure exactly, but there's a lot of movement going on. Something is descending upon you.
Do I have something that'd be useful here? Hmm. That could actually be kind of a funny way of using that spell. Right. Enemies coming from the south, apparently. Is it just from the south we hear this? At the
You hear
moment?
chains from the south, you hear voices from the north earlier, those men, and you can hear the sliding of grinding walls and stone. That's coming from all around you. You're not sure
Right.
exactly where.
Right.
There's multiple directions.
It's a weird
But the
choice of
chains-
spell in this situation, but I'm going to cast Watery Sphere and just pull it there. Just block the tunnel with it.
Okay, watery sphere. Okay.
Yep. And
Um,
then he's just going to sort of float over to the mirror and just sort of knock on it and just be like, yeah, like seriously. So you want us to beat just so I've got this clear, you want us to beat these guys to prove our strength? Is that the whole thing?
You see your reflection, Carius, and you're just talking to yourself at this point.
Better looking anyway than whatever you were.
Okay. It is Kashan's go as well. See what you got. Against nothing. There's something coming, I assure you. It's just, you guys are so blisteringly fast. You can react before you even spot them.
did you call
I'm
the
a bullet.
near to Sandy?
I'll hold my action for if I see anything starting to attack.
Understood. Okay, that's going out right now. Damn it. Okay. It is going to be Irina to make me a wisdom saving throw, Irina.
Candlewick is on standby.
I've tried this 3 times now, twice last session and once now, and
Maybe
no
that's
one's
a sign
having
to
any of
stop
it.
doing it then.
Yeah. You hear a voice. It's like, it's no use. And you look around and you can see that there is a strange creature. It looks dog-like in appearance, but with the humanoid form of a man. And it kind of got this. Yeah, it is a doggo man. It's very strange. It is a jackal, but you have no idea what he was trying to do to you. You just kind of felt a little bit drowsy as you look around to see him. Like he's kind of just like, screw this. But I think that's going to be his movement and his action. So that's
I
him.
have some biscuits. Would you like a treat?
Okay. Following him is a troglodyte that rushes around the corner and is going to dash towards you.
Oh,
And then
that's
just
not
turn
good.
right. Yeah, runs up right next to you, about to slam you with a longsword, but that's it. It's his go. Andy.
You don't do right now. She's probably still stood there a little bit confused and bamboozled as it is. Still, anyway. It's just like, yeah, this sudden talk of reincarnation, sisters, what the? Okay, right, and now she's gone. Okay, great, right, fantastic. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do though for now, I'm just gonna kind of like wander in this direction. She's gonna get her bow out just to be safe, but she kind of wants to get closer to this mirror for the time being. So she's got her bow out ready just in case anything does come in line. But yeah, she's not
Okay.
ready to act yet.
No
If that
problem.
makes sense.
You'll shoot anything that comes around the corner.
Yeah.
And Irina, you're up.
Okay. There's a troglodyte in front of me, ready to swing. I am going to yeah, here we go. I'm blocking this corridor. Let's go with, well, I'm not blocking this corridor, but there you go. Oh, why did it place that in the wrong place? It should have been on the square with the troglodyte. For some reason, it's put it in the
That's
middle
got them
there.
all, hasn't it? Okay. Yeah. Move it. There we go. Okay. So
I'm gonna
he fails his deck save and immediately bursts onto fire. He's not looking good. You can take your damage back. There you go. You didn't have temporary HP, did you?
No. I do unfortunately lose concentration on Kaz, so he goes poof. He gone.
Oh.
I think he's concentration.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. So Skull goes back in the pocket, and I'm gonna just back away from this dude because they smelly as heck. I'm gonna put myself. Gotta do it this way because that corner. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, he's just like whilst flailing
And
around
he
on
obviously
the
gets
top of the
one
wall.
trigger.
Yeah. Okay. Could you be backed away? Because down the tunnel, more of these things are running and dashing towards you. He's going to quickly duck in for cover, though, before he gets in there. Okay. All right. And Andy, your held action goes off as you see the parched dancer's bouncer suddenly rush around the corner, drawing out a scimitar and buckler. He's going straight towards the nearest target. Looks like Carrier.
Hello.
Love that. He's rushing at Carius, and Carius just casually goes, "Hello."
Yep.
Afternoon.
Good day to you, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean for it to hit Irina.
How dare! That's not supposed to
Okay,
be
well-
troglodyte either. It's
No.
supposed to
It's fine. We'll undo that.
23 to hit though.
Okay, that is a hit on this guy, yeah. Okay, so you did, was it 5 piercing? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So clean hit on the guard that comes around. He kind of grunts slightly, but immediately tries to charge into Karis. I think that kind of stops him in his tracks. Tries to bring up his buckler more defensively, and he's got the scimitar over the top of it. So that's his action to get all the way out there. It's a long corridor.
Yep.
Okay, and then you hear the other one charging practically alongside him, and he's looking around and says, "Which one of you suggested it was Sandy? You will die first."
I think.
He went that way.
Yep, they went that way. It's definitely one of the troglodytes.
You dare insult the mistress. What they did.
I wanted to call him Mirage. That was my suggestion.
I'll kill you last. All right, that's his turn. Llewellyn, you're up. They had to run down that corridor. It's a long way. Mm,
So
what do you do?
tell Irina not to look because this ain't going to be pretty. As he holds out his staff, and all the little like insects on it start to disappear into the staff, and you see something absorb up the staff towards his hand is, and Llewellyn opens his mouth, and out comes, like the mummy, the bad guy in the mummy, a swarm of insects.
Manny?
Insect plague.
Yes.
So it starts basically. It's like 20 feet radius.
You want to try and cast a spell and see if it allows you to put a template down?
Full it. Yeah.
They're pretty
Does it have
cool.
one?
It's not an available slot because it's not consuming a slot.
No,
It's
just don't consume slot.
It does. Wow, nice.
Okay, cool.
Basically, there.
All right, nice.
Oh, that's a lot of dice on the screen.
Is that the start of their turn they roll that?
Insect plague.
I'll just read it.
When it appears, each creature must.
Cool.
And then they
All right,
must
that
also
means-
make the saving throw when it enters for the
Ends its
first
turn.
time on a turn or ends its turn there.
Gotcha. Okay, so these two up front immediately, just the one on fire, it's like gets gargling, bites before it falls down to the ground, and is completely eaten alive, head to toe. Gone. And the one around the corner, you just hear again more like gargled screams. You hear the clang of his longsword as it hits the ground.
I forget how
Huh.
high your DC is. I was like, oh, an 18 that passes. Apparently not.
Oh. Sorry,
Yeah.
technically that 18 would have passed.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Just about.
Yeah, because I haven't got the robes anymore.
That's correct. So it's half damage.
Half damage, yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
so he's living then, but he's still screaming. He's in a lot of pain. Okay,
Mm.
How do I reduce that?
trying to unattune to it.
I haven't even got the item on my inventory anymore.
What about the jackaway? He's looking bad. That's all I'll say. Did he get hit by it? Yeah.
Yeah. Should have taken half.
Yeah, he did. Okay.
And I guess I'll do something very Llewellyn. I stand here to try and hold up.
Okay.
It's like if we can block them in, then they
Mm-hmm.
just keep taking the damage.
Yeah.
All right. Around the corner, you see a familiar face. It's the troglodyte champion that was in the tunnels. He was the first one to kind of like push himself out of the earth and escape. And it's the same one that Kashan shadowed the whole way down here. As he comes around the corner, like ready to fight, he sees this insect swarm. He's like He swipes across the front of it and then backs away. He's not an idiot by any stretch. I don't think he's going to run straight first into that. So he kind of falls back and behind the corner again. And as do the other two that were like standing behind him, they kind of erupt into a fit of garble, like no idea what they're saying, but they seem to back away as well. Okay, actually, there is a way they can go. Clever troglodytes. You can hear them barking orders, and they seem to retreat down the corridor. Okay.
Lands them out of the way for
Meanwhile,
the time being.
the sound of this chain gets closer, and I appreciate you've got a watery sphere ready for it. Let's see if it does anything. Around the corner, you hear a scuttling, a rattling of chains for a creature large in size. You think it's a man at first, but as he comes out of the shadows and up to full height, you realize he is standing atop, or rather attached to, the body of a gigantic scorpion. It's like a centaur if you replaced a horse with an invertebrate. He is a
Goblin
terrifying
King.
sight to behold. But you've seen something like this before, briefly, in the race arena.
Yeah.
Something erupted from a mine, sending goblins scattering for their lives. This is the same creature that you saw in that mine. And as he gets to the watery sphere, can it trap large creatures?
Yes, it can, but I don't know what happens if a creature passes into it. Let me just read the spell. A huge at the end of each of his turns, so it can restrain as many as 4 medium or 1 large. Spell restrains creature as an action. It can be rammed into people, but I don't know what it does in terms of just being there. It doesn't really seem to give anything in regards to that, like, because they'd have to willingly move into it. So
Yeah, he's going to try and push through it. So I'm going to give him the strength save regardless.
yeah, it'd
And
probably succeed, but it was
Go-
more just a
doesn't get
distraction.
advantage for being large, does it? No.
No.
It says huge and large. I can't. Okay. All right. 15?
15 is a failure against my DC.
Just barely. Wow. Ugh. Okay, so it tries to muscle past, and it's got a long chain whip and a stinger that's trying to stab and push it out of the way, but it's a blob of water. It's having very little effect at pushing it out of the way. It just, in fact, engulfs itself more and more as it's trying to strike at it. And yeah, I guess now it's restrained.
Yep.
Okay.
Enjoy, Kashan. Present.
And that is its go. It is Tackler.
Yep.
Tackler's up.
Yep.
Oh,
Tacklo.
wait, you put him away, didn't you? I remember you saying.
I was going to, but then they were like, "Oh, if they don't agree with you, then you would just poof him away." And it's like, you know what? No, I'll keep him. So he's
Okay.
just sort of here. He has a 60-foot fly speed. So I'm just gonna have him go
Good.
to here. I'm gonna have him action to disengage and just sort of move up here, and he's just keeping an eye on that tunnel to warn us if anything comes down.
Okay, yeah. It is a long tunnel, as you can see, and at the very end, there is a door that is closed at the moment. But okay, that's his go. At the end of the round, let's see. Let's do. Okay, yeah, let's do this one. So, on who though? That's the question. Actually, one second. Bear with me.
No worries.
A lot of effects. Okay, staying here. All right, we'll do that one. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm gonna release this one. So you see a burst of abjuration magic around you, Carius. The guards and wards are seemingly activating, and next to the wall, the Llewellyn standing on the corner pillar suddenly it sort of seeps this stinking cloud from beneath the cracks in between the brickwork, and it is a 20-foot radius of yellow, nauseating gas. Ooh, going to be quite large. 20 foot.
It's basically a fireball, but
Yeah.
stinky.
Okay, so it gets Kashan, Irina, and Llewellyn there. I need at the start of your turn, so that's fine. That's coming up now. What else? Stinky. In 2 locations. I can do 2 locations. At this point, I might as well just make the whole party stink up. Okay. Yeah, we'll put another one right about here. Okay, and so behind you, Carius, as well, the walls that have all these designs of wild animals and creatures and monsters of mythological origin. Amongst them, you probably see one of them
The
is like a large ball, and its nostrils suddenly flare out from the wall. And you see a cloud of yellow vapor encompass you and Andy as well. So everyone can make me a Constitution saving throw at the start of their turn.
And this is
The
a
Carius steals it
poison
now.
effect, right?
It is a poison effect. You can roll with advantage.
Yep.
Oh, well, in that case, Chris, I'm going to have to say no.
Wow,
to you.
I fail.
That is not good.
Yep.
So as soon as it bellows this from the wall, you, on a failed save, spend your action that turn retching and reeling as that poison seeps into your body and your lungs. It is the worst goddamn smell you've ever come across. Worse than even the troglodyte. You have still got movement, but I'm afraid your action is to just retch and reel.
Yep. So...
You survived all of those stabbing wounds, and yet
Yep.
the stinky cloud is what puts you down.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of annoying in a way. The dice did not favour me in that case. I'm just thinking if there's anything.
Uh-oh.
Right, let's I'll take a risk of an attack opportunity from this guy. Because
Okay.
I'm just gonna... I'm just moving round to there.
Okay. Sure. He's gonna try and stab you with his... What's he got? Yeah, got a long sword, which is effectively like a scimitar for him. 14 misses. He swings, and you just duck underneath it in time, as you're probably like reeling over anyway. So you're bent over.
Yep. And then for do I have anything I can do as a bonus action? I'm just looking, seeing if I can think.
The area is heavily obscured as well. As soon as you come out of it, though, your vision and lungs begin to clear.
Yep. Nothing comes to mind that I can do as a bonus, so that is my turn this time.
Okay. Kashan, are you immune to poison at this point?
Indeed.
Then you just breathe in the lovely scent of fetid sulfur. Enjoy.
Yeah! Finally, a worthy opponent.
That is trapped in a bubble.
Yeah, you see him like floating there, like locks eyes with you.
I have to admit,
what does that count to?
they're restrained, so you have advantage, I believe.
Advantage on attack rolls, yep. And he has disadvantage on its attacks. That's it. And I guess speed is 0.
Yep.
Sweet.
Like I said, have fun.
All round. Oink.
Ooh. Okay. Some hits are coming through. He's weathering them, though. He's got this heavy breastplate, and he's a large creature with many limbs. It's going to take some smacking to take down.
Oink.
But making quick work. Oh my god, he tries to bring up his 2 smaller mandibles to block them, and then you just snap them. They're now like 2 limp hands.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be my turn.
Damn, you went all out on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. All right. Moving down the turn order, it is Jack Aware who's starts his turn in the cloud, but he's going to back away from it.
Yep.
And retreat. He's just going to run for. And as for this other thing, he starts his turn in a stinking cloud. believe it or not. I mean, he gives off enough stench as it is, but
They don't have resistance or
he's
anything.
not immune to it. Oh no, he's fine. He breathes it in like, made from my own blend. This one can speak common apparently. But anyway, he runs away because he ain't gonna go through that swarm anymore. In fact, actually, how would he run? Oh, he can get around the corner and out of it. Yeah. It's not difficult terrain, this insect plague, is it? No?
I'm not actually sure.
I don't think it is.
I will double check.
Alright, he comes around the corner and he does manage to get past you, Llewellyn. And as
Slightly
he does, he kind of bumps into you more than anything and takes a swing. Got disadvantage because this is all heavily obscured.
I don't
So,
know whether it'll matter, but lightly obscured and difficult terrain.
Yeah,
it
the
is difficult
sphere is
terrain.
difficult
I thought-
terrain, yeah.
'cause I had it like back of the mind. I was like, is it? I'm sure it is. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think he can just get to you, but he's actually still stuck in the cloud, isn't he? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. He's stuck in in your insect plague, but he's not going to stop there. He's made his commitment to go through it and try to end your concentration. So,
But it is
longsword
heavily
attack.
obscured, right?
Yeah.
So doesn't he have... Isn't there a penalty?
He's got disadvantage.
Yep.
He's still got a 12 to hit.
Yeah.
To hit. Okay. Oh my god, the hero troglodyte comes through the corner. He's got like insects in his eyes, in his mouth, and he's got like this yellow smoke blinding him, and he just hacks straight into you as he bumps into you, and then you don't expect it, but this troglodyte has overcome all the odds and ended your concentration on the plague.
I am in an obscure area, so
Yeah, and then he just spits out the bugs, but there's nothing there. They've all kind of like dissipated. And still kind of blinded, but yeah, he did it. What else has he got? 3 attacks. Oh yeah, 2 with his bite. Sorry, 1 with his bite, 2 with his longsword. So he's going to go for another little swing now, disadvantage again. Still hitting though. And as he's trying to gnaw into you, he can't find purchase on your skin though for a bite. That's his go. It is Andy's go. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Come on, Andy, please. You've been rubbish at these.
If-
Better.
17.
That was 17. Not bad. Find the DC.
Well, the troglodyte passed on a 17. No, the troglodyte got a 19, sorry, so...
You got 19, yeah. Bring 19. I think the DC for it is the same as a stinking clown. So it is much easier to pass. I'll look up that later, but for now I'll roll it. And you've managed to you've still got that mask over your face from earlier from the troglodyte, and probably because you want to disguise yourself going around the Gold Coast, and you've just filtered it enough that you can stomach your lunch. So what do you want to do?
He's probably thinking I've probably smelled worse in the back alleys of the dry oasis. Basically, what she's going to do is I'm going to get her to come kind of right up here. I want to try and inspect this mirror, like see if there's any distinct markings or runes or anything that would suggest, you know, a way that this mirror has become like a prison.
You can give it's quite still heavily obscured here, but you can give me an Arcana check.
That's
Just to
fine,
sort of
yeah. She's
figure out.
probably using a combination of using her hands and things like that. I know she probably can't see brilliantly right now.
Yeah, you saw it earlier, so I'm just giving it
Yeah.
to you anyway. But
Arcana, you said.
yes,
Yeah.
you're not sure if it's a prison or not. You saw them like almost pull from it in that projected image of there, and they had a throne, and there was a room. You remember seeing like 2 cactuses next to them, like succulents. It didn't look like a prison inside, that's for sure. But it looked more like a throne room. but you're not 100% sure. You'd need
Okay.
time outside of the adrenaline rush of combat to sort of figure it all out.
Okay.
Okay. You still got a bonus action if you want to use that, or cunning action or something.
So you can probably move that. So
Yeah, let's use the rest of my movement, and of course, just kind of like, phew.
Yeah.
Ah, oh, I can see the big crazy guy right now. Okay, excellent.
Yes, you can. They're bearing down on Carius right now, but he has made it out of the cloud. He's looking pretty sickly.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fine. What I will do then, I'm gonna hold back here for a moment.
Okay.
Because technically he's not really a bad guy, so I don't really want to end up accidentally killing him.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
remember this guy? He confiscated your weapons before you went into the parched answer, but he was happily enough giving them back.
yeah, but he's just a citizen as far as
He
I'm
is.
Yeah.
concerned. So
He is.
Yeah. Hence my character's like, hello.
We'll clarify. Don't
day,
forget,
mate.
you can, when you're attacking someone, you can choose to opt for non-lethal damage if it comes to that.
Yeah.
All right, Irina, it is your go, and I need you to make a con save, please.
oh, because those go really well for me. Right, con save.
Oh,
That
you
was
are
pretty good
spent
for you.
retching and reeling against this god awful stench that you can taste on the back of your tongue. I'm afraid you can't use your action other than that. It's
Could you
still
not hold
movement.
it, Llewellyn?
That was good.
Still mad about being pushed down the stairs.
You can try and
let's-
move out of it if you like.
Yeah, I've still got movement, haven't I? I just can't do anything else.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm literally gonna go. Ew.
Okay, yeah, you find a space in the corner where the air feels clearer. Okay. Let's go down to.
And then I'm literally gonna yell out, "I'm the one that called her Sandy!"
You! I'm coming for you. Stay right there.
That's right, you come over here.
The guy who was next to Llewellyn can't make an attack of opportunity, by the way, because he can't see you. It's heavily obscured. Taunting him, he might just choose to do it. And yeah, you pulled him over. He's coming for you.
Yes, I
Like-
did.
Carius, you do get an attack of opportunity.
Right. Is he wearing metal?
He's got a buckler and got some semblance of armor.
So shocking grasp advantage?
Yeah. Is that you targeted? But that is a
Oh,
hit.
yep. I forgot to target him, but yep.
17 damage.
Yep.
He seems to wince in the pain, but rushes past nonetheless. And let's see. Thinking
Seven-
out.
17 non-lethal damage.
Yep.
with electricity.
Yep.
It's like a stun, like not a full electrical pulse, but like a
Taser.
taser. Yeah, that's it. It's a taser. Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
As long as he's not actually
Each
half from
creature. Okay, he doesn't actually get affected by the cloud. He puts an arm around his face, rushes through it, and as long as he makes it out on the other side, he doesn't have to roll a con save. Okay, so he gets right up to you, Ira, and he dashed to get there. He's cornered you. He heard your voice, just ran in that direction. As he comes out of the cloud, he sees you. It's like, ah. Okay.
I know what's coming. I'm prepared for this.
Cool. Nate to Sandy is just out of the cloud of Dinky because I placed it deliberately like that. So
Mhm.
he's going to turn on you, Arius.
Evening.
All right.
Actually, not sure what time of day it is.
Guy's got a short sword and a strong arm to use it with. Ooh, misses. 17 hits.
Yeah, and I
Are you
have
concentrating?
yeah,
watery
on
sphere.
which I have advantage on because of Warcaster.
Nice. And this guy makes 2 longsword attacks. Oh yeah, he's dual wielding, isn't he? This guy. Right. So that should have been 2 longsword attacks. That's all right. I'll make it the other way around. Cool. So he seems to be dual wielding, and he's slicing through with a scimitar and what looks like a shamshir. He's just constantly like a flurry of attacks on you. Very hard to dodge, and gets some connect. All right. You are holding concentration despite being lacerated by these blades. That's his go.
You know, I should have gone for
Valid.
Booming Blade on that guy rather than Shocking Grasp thinking about it, but
Still good damage though.
yeah.
Okay. Lavelle, I need you to make a con save. Oh no, not you as well. Really? Everyone's struggling. Coughing and sputtering. You can't stomach it.
Pretty much all the casters just got pushed in.
Yeah, except Andy. It's at times like this
You
I
get
forget
up.
how caster heavy we are.
One sec. 1, I'm going to go left. 2, I'm going to go south. Alright, I'm going south. Because I'm just going to aim to get out of this.
Yep.
So, right. Walks back and keeps walking back until he bumps into Kashan like, oh!
Yeah,
Oh,
you're back to back.
Hello,
oh, it's you. What we got here? Oh, that's
I
not
got a
good.
friend here.
Points over at the bouncer like, hi. Bad guy? Good guy?
I don't know that guy.
Me neither.
I'm dealing with it, she says,
Well-
with this guy brandishing a sword at her.
That's my turn, I guess.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just moving some troglodytes in the back. You see they're barking of garbled nonsense in the distance.
It's gone, we can go now.
They've got so far now that they don't see that area, I guess. But they're making progress. Okay, that's their go. Down to the Klinkali, who is stuck inside that watery sphere. But there is a target next to him, so he can technically make an attack against it, right?
Yeah, he'd just be at disadvantage because he's
Yeah, I
restrained.
think he gives up trying to break free and just starts whipping this chain out of the bubble to try and hit you, Kashan. Right. Whip.
Miss.
That's a disadvantage anyway, so yeah, whip goes with, and the longsword goes swish. Failing those 2 attacks with his arms, he tries to like swim forward, like when you can actually do like a front flip in the water really easy. Kind of starts to like swim forward, and as he does, his tail comes swiping out of the top of the bubble, pierces it, and tries to jab down. Oh, 17. I think I hit. Fortunately for you, though,
Does
remove
hit.
the poison, so
Yep.
you take some damage, but
Wow, he
not
took
all of it.
1 point of damage.
What, 1? No, 1 plus 3.
Yeah.
You take 4 points of piercing damage, I believe.
Yep.
Do you actually lose that? Doesn't say you did.
Hmm?
I'll just minus that manually. Oh wait, there it is.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you literally took,
4
according to
points.
this, 2 points of piercing damage.
Oh, jokes. Even better.
For 1. 1 plus 3 doesn't look like 2 to me.
It just kind of pinpricks me. I just cock my head at it.
The deuce. Oh, the thing I think it's because they failed. They've passed the save. Okay, there we go. All right, yeah. So it's like stabbed into you, like injecting you, and just shrugging it off. Okay. That's
It
its
just
go.
pulses and it just.
You sent Kashan to the right enemy. It looks like. So
Yep.
well done for that. Okay, it's down to Tackler's go.
Right, Tacklo's just gonna continue exploring up this tunnel. I actually can't see through Tacklo's eyes for some reason. Like, I can't actually see what's Tacklo's seeing.
Okay. Try and click his token.
I have got his token selected because I've just moved
Oh,
it,
yeah?
but
Okay, maybe he's not got vision. You know why? He doesn't emit light, does he?
no.
And there's no light down there. So yeah. That's why you can't see anything.
I mean, he's got blind sight for 10 feet
Oh, is he? Okay. I'll update that.
and 60-foot dark vision, but I know dark vision would be
Oh,
perfect.
try that.
Yeah, there we go.
That'll work.
Yep, so he's just going to go up to the door and try to look under it. If he can.
Under it.
Yeah, like if there's like a gap or if there's like a keyhole or something.
Funnily enough, there is no keyhole or gaps anywhere over this door. It's incredibly well sealed shut.
Fair.
Which is, I guess, something to note.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go back. And Carius, your turn.
All
oh,
right.
wait, at the start of the bottom of the round, let's do another guards and wards shenanigans. We're going to keep pumping effects. Okay, so we can do some chicken pound. And I know how the spell normally works, and I know I'm stretching it. So, clearly more powerful than that. She's able to like shape it and warp it immediately every turn. This is not normally how the spell works. Although it doesn't appear to be much. Doesn't appear like it can actually manifest much more danger than what it's already done. Guess we'll do the web. Okay. Yeah. The web doors. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, we're gonna don't worry about it for now. Guards and wards have done their nasty stuff. So yeah, go ahead, Carius.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. There it is. Immediately before or after you cast there. Right, so Carius is gonna begin casting a spell which allows him to surround himself with wind and move 10 feet away from this guy without provoking an attack of opportunity.
Zephyr strike?
Nope, it's tempestuous magic. It's just
Oh,
part
yes.
of being who I am. Has his bonus action, and then he's just gonna go over here, and his turn over here, and just be like, you look like you're having fun with that one, Kashan. Mind if I join in?
This one's fine. We got. We're all banned.
What? I didn't quite catch that.
Said you're all banned. This one's mine.
Okay, that's fair enough. In which case...
I was joking. Let's fucking burst this one down.
Yeah. Darius is just going to sidle up to this. Actually, wait. Do I be mean? I have the movement if I did it from... Yeah, rather than moving there, Karis is going to move there. And I should just be able to aim this right. See if I can.
What are you going to do?
Trying to lightning bolt around a corner.
I think I could get that. Come on.
And you don't need to injure
You
the
can-
bodyguard
you
if
can
you don't
just
have
flip
to.
them.
Yeah,
Only because this thing's a large creature.
It seems a waste of a spell slot otherwise, particularly as I'm having to cast it at 4th level.
It's non-lethal.
Yeah, it's non-lethal lightning.
It's a
Laser
non-lethal
bolt.
lightning bolt.
No, that's actually a
Taser,
bit.
taser.
That's a bit too much, I think, considering I actually like this guy. Or I could
But
be,
because,
or I could be worse.
because Carius is a storm sorcerer, he can make the start of it non-lethal, but the end of it lethal.
I wish that was the case, but you know what? I've started fighting this guy. I'm like, Gashan, you deal with that one. I'm just gonna deal with this guy, and he can have another shocking grasp.
He's getting stunned up, and he looks like he's winded from it, like almost passing out. But he does shake it off. He's still up.
Actually, wait, no, I couldn't have done shocking grasp because I have to cast a spell of 1st level or higher for this to work.
Does have to be a first. Okay.
So ignore that 16, undo that 16. I am going to do the lightning bolt.
You are doing it. All right.
Yep.
Madman. Okay, go ahead. Try and line it up.
Yep. Okay.
He's got it. Oh, there it is. Straight through. And it zaps into this creature. And something else you see, you know has happened. The abjuration that's all around the walls and protecting it, it seems to light up as the lightning bolt hits the wall. And you see it bounce and arc off of the wall and go into a zigzag down the corridor. Llewellyn and Kishan, you just see it like ricochet all the way down.
Yep.
Good job there was no one standing behind him, but that would have been nasty if they had been.
Yep.
That was cool.
Yeah. Means we can potentially use this thing to our advantage.
Potentially.
But yeah, they both get 23 lightning damage. And unfortunately, is this guy still standing?
Just barely.
Okay, is he still standing after he takes another 6 thunder damage due to Heart of the
Yes.
Storm?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
But you might be able to knock him out non-lethally now.
Yep.
But he is just like standing there, like almost like finish him. Just weird
Yeah.
stars around his head. He looks like he's had the worst time of his life. But let's hope he doesn't remember any of it when he's finally cured of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Down to Kishan.
Cool, perfect. So I'm going to sidestep this way, just to allow Llewellyn to get in on the fun. And I'm going to thwag it again.
Wacka wacka. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, still with the advantage. He's unable to really put up any much of a defense. And at that last staff attack, how do you want to do this on this guy?
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
He was a tough one too.
Can I, because I was going to flurry of blows, can I make this final attack be my, how do I want to do this? Because this would actually be perfect.
Yeah, go ahead. Just however you want to flavor it, man.
There we go. Cool. Right. I'm assuming that knocks the other guy out.
Are you doing a set?
So I smack this this huge beastie twice with my staff, and as it starts spinning around, I reel up a punch, elbowing the guy behind me. As I'm coming with the final strike to its face.
Nice. I like it.
Wrong person, Sean.
He's just reeling from the lightning and then knocked straight in the temple from the elbow, and he's fallen down unconscious.
Like, did you guys see that? Oh, sorry, friend.
And as for the other scorpionoid creature, it is now just floating in the bubble, probably drowning as we speak.
Yep. Well, that went well. I'm sure you had something exciting planned. I did not realize it was going to go quite that way.
Do I see any others, by the way?
Not through the cloud, but down the corridor, you can see there's like there's 2 exits on that corridor, but you don't see any other enemies in your immediate vicinity.
Ah, damn it. Flurry of blow. Okay, can I take back that flurry of blows and just count that as my bonus action attack?
Oh,
Because you can just do an
on
unarmed
this one
strike.
occasion,
'cause-
I'm going to say no, because you didn't know how much damage you needed, so you spent it before you attacked.
Technically, with sorry, just as a thing, with flurry of blows, obviously you have to declare the attack, but can you move before the second part of the flurry of blows?
I'll
Yeah.
allow that much, yes.
Because you could,
Yeah,
with
with
your
the-
movement, you could get to this guy
But I
or
can't
this
see it.
guy. Well, it's
see him,
heavily
but-
obscured.
Doesn't
but-
mean you're blinded. If you run into him, you can maybe make an attack with disadvantage.
Yeah.
But that
Okay,
does mean
so-
you're putting yourself in the cloud. Oh wait, you don't care about the cloud.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
have a
So in that case, I'll say, are there any others?
Yeah, Carius just sort of points that one. There's a guy over there by the mirror, roughly in line with the brazier, about
You'll scream
5
when
feet
you-
in front of the mirror.
I will start running towards the brazier.
Also,
Okay.
a troglodyte behind us in that corridor we came from.
Whichever you prefer.
The troglodyte's probably the immediate threat. Where's that one?
Straight up.
Straight north.
Okay. Yay!
Yeah. Oh yeah, you bump into him.
Cool,
straight,
in that case,
straight away.
close.
You're like running
line
through
it
with your
back.
fist out. I imagine you just running with your fist out.
Yeah. Cool. So with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Ah.
badly missed. Natural
how
one.
wasn't that one? Damn.
Yeah.
Still a
He's
He's
punch.
like
all next
not
to
at the right
him.
height because he's kind of like a hunched over humanoid creature, and you end up just bundling on top of him.
Oh,
Okay.
that's my turn.
Let's go. All right. It is nearly his go, but Andy's up first.
I mean, I can probably hear chaos,
Yeah, you had that
but
blast of
I'm right at
lightning.
the other end of the room.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna call out. You guys got this?
As you say that, the other guard turns around and looks at you. He hadn't noticed you until then.
Oh hi. Puts the cloak on underneath it. Gone. Hi.
Oh, really? That's fair.
It's just
Johnny is out.
I like to think that when she does that, they actually makes a noise.
Okay. In my case, then, Irina.
Okay. Like, I've called this guy over. I'm literally about to grab him to remove the curse on him so we have an ally on our side. And then you all just, like, blow him up and hit him and, like, she's just like, well,
Let
fuck.
him
I mean,
Maybe the-
lower him down gently.
I mean, I can heal him.
Well, no, there's no point in that now.
Maybe the giant scorpion centaur thing is under control and we can use that as an ally.
He is also unconscious
I want that as a
I-
pet.
Oh, I couldn't
and
see that
drowning.
because it was just a
Okay.
net. That's why.
What
Yeah.
I'm gonna do instead, sorry, I'm just gonna check distance-wise. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use my movement and my action to get over there, potentially.
Oh.
I can't obviously... Can I see through the cloud or not? Because it's not darkness, so it's obscure.
No, you can't.
Cool. I am going to head in this general vicinity.
Okay.
I'm aiming to run headfirst into the mirror to see if it's a doorway.
Okay.
I
Yep.
could just run into the mirror. I could run into someone with a sword. Who
Sure.
knows?
Okay. You can
You
run
know
and dash.
mirrors work sometimes.
You would get to the mirror, and give me an acrobatics check with disadvantage. I guess it should even be acrobatics. It should be a dex save, but I think it's probably the same roll for you. Yeah, it is. Yeah, just a
Yeah,
dex
it's
save
exactly the same. Yeah.
with this. Okay,
Six.
yeah. You end up tripping, going headfirst into the mirror, and oh dear, I'm gonna roll to see if this mirror breaks. Yeah, let's say Well, yeah, you just you trip over the altar and you.
Yeah, but like it's a
basically
magic mirror, right?
got it. Possibly.
Or it could just be
Okay,
used.
it's alright.
Or it could just
It
be being
somehow
used as a focus, I suppose.
You somehow manage to maybe just grab a hold of it in time before it falls down, but it is leaning down on the floor now, and you're like basically tripped over, and you're laying splayed out on the altar where it was placed,
I
and you're
assumed it's
prone.
like a full-length mirror. I didn't
It
know it was
is.
on a table.
Yeah, it's slightly raised up. It's up,
Okay.
up at like waist height,
Okay.
but yeah, you
What am
do
I? I want to
confirm.
run into it like a moron.
Well, I will confirm that it is most. You can't see. You're blind. So as you run in towards it, you don't see the like the step
Okay.
up. Not to mention, it is not actually a doorway. You can confirm this as your head whacks into it,
It's
and you
fine.
fall prone.
Yeah, I guess that ends my turn.
Yeah, probably does. Okay. Oh. All right. Troglodyte next to you, Kashan. Still reeling. He's fine. Doesn't smell a damn thing. And he's gonna go for some attack. Gotta dig deep to hit you there. Yeah, no, he's swinging wildly, and he doesn't seem to catch your blur within the smoke. Okay. And guy's unconscious. This guy was about to turn on Andy, but just hears the mirror kind of like get knocked over, and he like looks into the cloud. Can't quite see what's going on in there. But, wow. See where he goes. Yeah, I'm gonna roll for this. If it's a 1, then he goes for your arena, and he tries to investigate that noise. Nope. Okay. Doesn't care what's going on there. He pushes through the cloud. Finally gets up behind you, Llewellyn.
Hi.
And he's got a short sword and long sword out, and he's just about to swipe with both towards you. Wow, miserable.
Why are you doing this? Ow!
That one hit. And then the short sword stabs you in the gut, and you are bleeding pretty badly from this. And he says, "This is for the mistress of Sandy, the Mirage mistress." Damn it. He seems to get frustrated with himself. Llewellyn, is you okay?
See, even you think Sandy's the better name.
No, no, get out of my head!
Whose turn? Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
What have I got? Has he been injured yet?
No.
Damn it. Ah well. I'll have to use it on him anyway. So normally I cast out my Toll the Dead into people's heads. This time I'm just going to do it manually, and I'm just going to slap him across the ear.
Slap.
And basically create that bell sound in his head.
Yeah. Mean. Oh god, the jackal is still taking punishment.
That was.
Untarget me!
Only, I can't. That was my characters though. One sec.
Thank you.
And also, that was the injured version, not the uninjured version.
Ah, yeah, my bad. Well, I can recast it again anyway.
Practically the
He
same
definitely
damage.
failed, regardless. So it's
13 damage.
13 damage. Okay, yeah, there it is. Cool. Alright, yeah, you really are inside his head now.
I'm just like, that was rude. Stop.
Just shaking his head. Okay. The troglodytes are moving in the background. Klinkali's down, and Taklo's trying to find out what's going behind this door. Do you want to do anything else up there? Or is Taklo, can I fly back?
Taklo will Yeah, we'll start flying back. Yes, so I'll just fly him back.
Okay.
Just fly to there and
Um,
just still keep an eye on things.
Okay, back to you, Garrus.
Okay, so at this point, the watery sphere is effectively useless because the creature doesn't
Well,
drop
it's kind
out
of
of it. Yeah, so he'll drop concentration on the watery sphere and just leave this scorpion creature in the way.
He falls down onto the ground.
Yep, so, yep. And I'll remove the concentration on my sheet at the moment. And then, the urge to be mean. Do I be mean?
Hey, Carius, have you got any more of that non-lethal electricity?
I do, and that's kind of what I was saying with being mean, so I'm going to do it. So I'm going to move to here.
Into the cloud.
Yep.
Okay.
Which will make this attack with disadvantage, but this is going to be kind of fun if it works.
Oh my lord, are you... Okay, I'm not going to say anything.
Lightning lure with disadvantage.
Oh, lightning. Okay, that's nasty. Yeah, I see that.
Which pulls him into...
Does just hit. That's his AC, and you manage to... He like tries to block it, but then he wraps around his arm, and he's like, "Huh?" And he just yanked into the thinking cloud.
Yep.
Is it 10 feet? Yeah, right
Yep.
up to you.
And then because he can't see, Gareth is then just going to move 25 feet back out the cloud.
Nice. Yeah, he swiped at the area which you just pulled him to, and he just connects with nothing. What the? What? What? Where? He's totally dumbfounded by what just happened.
The clouds have turned against you. And they're your mistress's clouds. Seems like she's turned against you.
Your voice turns against you, giving away your position. Okay, Kishan, you're up.
Yes. Sweet. Right, let's try and put this boy down.
Shouldn't take too much.
Hopefully. Right.
You see him like he's facing the wrong way. He's like swiping at just the clouds. He's actually kind of doing a good job of dispersing it, and then he gets whacked on the back. Yeah, even with this, he is clogged over the head. He turns to you like,
I'll crack the head the other way.
And he's out.
Okay. All right, I'll kind of like push off away and just start walking back. It's like Marco.
Follow.
Right.
Hello. Where'd I really go?
So, because they went to the other side, and I think they may have ran into something. But if you're looking for someone to punch, if you go 5 feet that way, and he points in the diagonal, there should be a guy there where I left him in the cloud.
Okay. That guy, Marco. Oh, hello.
Yeah, you do find him.
Oh,
Just this blurry image in the yellow smoke.
I'm going to have to knock you out now. Bonk.
He nods.
Ooh, misses. Ooh.
And then
Bonus
parries your attack. It catches it in a scissor maneuver there.
Bonus action bonk.
Ooh, yeah.
Elbow to the face.
Kind of like stumbles back, reeling from it. He looks really bad. Bloodied, bruised. Might not be long for this.
30, 35, 40.
You want to just do a lap around him just so he can...
I just kind of like circle around him, just kind of like dragging my bow staff along the floor just to kind of like get his attention round towards me.
All right. Okay. Andy, you are in the astral sea, seeing sparks of lightning. One streak fires, and then you see it like ricochet. It's bouncing off of nothing. It just seems to be sparking down a nebula. And then you see another lightning form into like that of a whip And it seems to wrap around a star and then you yank it towards it.
Now this is the chaos I was expecting the outside.
Right. It
um,
seems very much alive here.
does the lightning look like it's got an epicenter it's coming from, or is it just literally everywhere?
Yeah, it does seem to be arcing from a certain point. It definitely shoots out from a point, and then you see it shoot out again from another point.
And
It's the same point, rather.
roughly how far away from me is that?
About 60 feet
60 feet. North, south, east, west?
to your east.
To my east. Duly noted. Put that in the brain.
70 feet, we'll say.
She's kind of been counting in her head. 1, 2. Because she knows that after probably about 10 seconds, they're probably, you know, done something and knocked out the guy or whatever, you know. And she's just like, 1, 2. And then, of course, as soon as like she gets to like 5 or something, she takes the hood off. She's like, yeah, good. He's gone.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She doesn't have to do anything these days. She just has to wait for a bit, and then you guys have got it covered, so she can carry on sleeping.
It is the rhythm of the Chiastas.
Yes.
A development has happened on this side, though. The mirror has been knocked down, and you can see the ceiling because of the reflection from it.
Okay, it's been knocked down. She
Yeah.
kind of like, because she was kind of semi-facing it. She like, oh, and she'll take like a few steps forward to make sure it's not broken.
No, it seems to have maintained. It doesn't look like there's any cracks or anything like that. It's got knocked over.
Okay.
You can probably hear Irina just 5 feet from you, nursing a bruise.
You say it was like tabletop size, right? But I mean, is it big enough that she could actually put her hands on either side?
You can put either. Yes, you can.
Just saying, gives it a shake.
Irina, you're right next to them. You can hear Andy.
Do you mind?
Oh, hi, Irina.
Oh, you're in the cloud as well. Make a
I
con
kind of. You're right by me. I didn't see your fuzzy outline.
No, you're hopping and
That's fine. If
it's
Andy's
horrible.
got hold of the mirror, I'm literally just gonna crawl my way out.
Sure.
Help me shake this thing.
You can see Irina's gasping for air as they come out.
Yeah, the con save is it takes my action, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
so that's literally me.
And he's
All
just
right.
like, it can't be that bad. You should wait until after you've had Ember's curry. The morning after. Whew.
I'm good, thanks.
Right. Down to you, need Sandy.
Smallness.
Okay. He's in the cloud. You got followed him into the cloud. Let's see if he does make it. No. Yeah, that was a good move. Okay, that was good. Well played. He is hacking and reeling from the poisonous smoke, which means Kishan he is pretty much open for the pummeling. Llewellyn's up before that though. So, go ahead.
So Llewellyn looks where near to Sandy was.
He appears in front of you. He's trying to push his way out. Yeah, he has his movement. I just remembered, so he probably does push his way back to the spot he came from. That's it.
Can I attempt to shove him in?
Yeah, you can make a strength check.
I'm just gonna try and shoulder barge him in as soon as I see him.
All right.
Is that
Oh
athletic?
wow. Yeah, you gotta be a 9. I rolled so bad.
It's like, no.
Oh my god. It's falls backwards.
I'm just
He's like got one hand up to his mouth, and he's only trying to defend with the other. And yeah, he is not good.
He's just like, no, get back in there.
He just hasn't got the footing. Do you need movement?
No, you just hear
You get-
Ella go, you did this, you breathe it in until it's gone.
Okay.
Oh
Nicely
god,
done.
you're like one of those dads. You're gonna smoke all those cigarettes until they're gone.
Back to you, Tackler and Carius.
Alright, Taklo's just gonna float over to Andy and be like, just sort of look at the mirror with them.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to use... Oh, is it... You're dashing over there?
Well, that was what Taklo was doing.
Oh, sorry.
And then Carius is just gonna... He's gonna go over here to start looking, and then I'm guessing he just sees these coming up.
Yes, you do.
And Carius
They
just looks at
all
them.
just come around the corner and like,
Carius looks at them and goes, you know what? I'm going to give you two options because you don't seem to be the type that I'm going to have to save. I'm going to let you can run away or you can be fried.
roll an intimidation check for me. While I clean my lens. With a smudge in it.
Ah. Damn dice. That was such a good line.
It was. They seem to not understand you, probably because they only speak troglodyte. That's why it fails.
Carius sighs, raises up a hand, unless the intimidation was my action.
Yeah, what? Yeah. They just kind of look at each other like.
Carius is just like...
They both shrug. But
Carius...
they can see there is a dead Tlinkali, or at least unconscious.
Yeah. Carius just sort of gestures at it and be like, you want to join him?
They can't get past. Well, yeah, they can actually. No, there's no more watery sphere, is there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
they might attempt to on the next turn.
yeah, Carius is just going to be like, I gave them warning. And just for the hell of it, he's going to just look to Llewellyn and go, you look like you could do it with a pick-me-up. And just cast Healing Word on him as a bonus action.
Okay.
Oh. Cheers. That felt great.
All right, Arius. The good news, at least them coming down here, is you heard a load of doors opening as they came through.
Yeah.
So they must have opened the way for you at the very least. But it is the Jackaware's go. And I don't know if it's going to work. Probably not. But make me a wisdom saving throw, Carius.
Oh god, I'm the one this is most likely to work on.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have much
finally
wisdom,
catch it on.
despite being the cleric.
Okay. So the Jackaware looks at you and its eyes sort of draw yours in, and suddenly they begin to roll into the back of their sockets as you succumb to a magical slumber. Fall down.
Nap time.
Thrown. Naps. Yes. Okay. That's its action. Andy.
Wait, did we skip
Right.
Kashan's turn?
Oh, we did. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Carry on.
You got a bit more time to think. Kashan.
Perfect. So the boy that moved away from me, going to take a step closer. And bonk.
Nice.
I don't have to specify, but non-lethal.
Yeah, he is. Falls back from that. Tries to get up. He's still hacking and coughing. He's like steadying himself on one of the swords.
Perfect. Gonna take a step to the side, and I'm going to try and smack him off his feet and out of the cloud.
Oh, yeah. He's kind of like leaning in one direction and use that weight against him. Immediately tumbles forward. He's going down. He's unconscious after this.
Perfect. And yeah, I'll just roll him out of the cloud just in case it's gonna choke him up.
All right. Yeah, as you roll his body, out, it actually connects with another body, which is Karis, and he's laying unconscious on the ground.
They're all lying there.
Yeah, there's like a line of sleeping people.
What happened to Carius?
He got put to sleep. The jackal could do that apparently.
What jackal?
That jackal.
Oh, that jackal. Is there still
Yeah.
a bubble here?
No.
No, just a
Okay,
body of
bubble's
a
gone.
giant scorpion. Okay. Is that in your go?
I don't want it to, but yes. Yeah, I'm just going to.
Monks. They always want to do more.
I can't.
You took out that
Action
guy finally.
surge.
Yeah.
If I-
Okay, now it's Andy.
Okie dokie. So we've got this mirror. What she's gonna do? She's gonna try poke it, see if it's like any kind of like sort of portal style thing, and she's gonna poke it and see if her finger just goes through it.
It seems solid, and as hard as you try to prod, it doesn't seem to be reacting to anything. It's
Okay.
clearly some kind of magical item, but
She looks to Irene and she's like, I deduce it is not the mirror.
maybe. It's hard. You
That
don't know
is-
if it is the mirror, if it's the caster doing something.
I mean, I could try something else, and she like gets out her dagger.
You could, but maybe wait until we know what it actually does first.
Okay.
Well, Irina, you're up as well. Maybe you could help if you want.
Okay, so it essentially to me looks like a mundane mirror.
Now, yeah. Didn't before.
Okay. The altar, does it have any runes or anything?
No, not
Initiative.
by a glance.
Okay.
Huh.
Doesn't look like it. It was just resting atop it.
Okay. Let's see if. Sorry, I'm just checking a thing. I mean, do we take it with us? Do we smash it? We could smash it.
We could smash it, but I have a feeling we should not.
Oh.
Because if this woman, this Sandy, is somehow in a room on the other side.
Like looking into the mirror, all I see is my reflection. Right? It's
Yeah.
not.
You can give me an Arcana check because you haven't done one yet.
25.
Okay. You definitely deduce nothing on the altar gives off an air of magic, no runes or anything like that. You definitely saw her like pull from the mirror and walk around, but it looked projected, like she was using a way to create an illusion outside of it. 25 is really good. You can also deduce there is no conjuration runes anywhere on this mirror.
So it's
This-
potentially just a component.
Right. Exactly. A way to act. Yeah, maybe it's. You also understand it must be activated from another mirror. That's for sure, because there's one on the other side, right?
Like a landline telephone.
Right,
Landline telephone.
but you're definitely getting the idea
Something we were
more. Of,
working on in the capital. It doesn't exist yet.
Ah.
Very hush
Mm.
hush.
but from the translucent image of her and the fact that you're not able to push through it, you rule out it's definitely not conjuration. It's some kind of illusion and communicative device.
Okay.
Which has another pair. Like you almost kind of compare it to like sending stones in that you have a pair.
Okay. Well, I say we take the mirror with us.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe. was gonna say cover it, but we've got nothing to cover it with. So sound-wise, chaos. Where are we directed?
Did you say Candlewick Chaos?
No,
Sorry.
I said like sound-wise. Where is all the chaos?
Oh,
If
right.
it's deadly quiet, something's wrong.
It sounds like you just heard a thud to the floor, and you can hear Llewellyn and Kashan talking about a corridor full of troglodytes.
Oh no! If
But
it's
there doesn't seem to be
stuff
any
I've just
immediate
said, that
combat
doesn't
here.
sound good.
Okay. Yeah. This is annoying because smoke. For where?
That would mostly be your action, so it's just your movement left.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna stay where I am, to be honest.
Okay, no worries.
It's sulfur
Good
flammable
Hey, Llewellyn.
I don't know.
in a room full of noxious gas. I mean, one spark can potentially boom.
Well, you see one of the stinking clouds is overlapped on a brazier. Doesn't seem to be setting it off though. It's definitely not flammable. You're lucky. Okay, it is Llewellyn's go.
Molten sulfur is flammable.
I was gonna say I'll have you know it's combustible, but there you go.
Could have been sulfur, but seems to be just replicating the smell of it.
Oh, I'm muted. I probably try and pick Caius up, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, not the time. Come on, get up." I give him a little bit of a, "Come on."
Okay, do you want to use your action?
Yeah, to try
Okay.
and wake.
You can actually. It doesn't take much.
I just
shake.
like
Yeah, you shake him awake.
as soon as his eyes open, I sort of like turn his head towards the enemies, like, "Yeah, we got things to do."
Oh, sorry, I just needed a nap. I don't know why.
Jackaway just says, "I'm just happy it worked. I'm getting out of here."
Good.
Okay.
Didn't like your face anyway.
Ooh. Okay. Kishan, the troglodyte cat champion, Leo Gazed, that's his name, rushes forward and is finally gonna get his revenge. Oh, wait a minute. We got the 15-foot line of nastiness. Oh, that could be nastier. Ooh.
You can only get one of us.
Yeah, you can get two.
D&D physics.
Mm,
The tiles do not match up.
All right. No, he doesn't manage to get all three, but I would be remiss if I didn't get a chance to use this. Kishan, as this creature gets forward, you don't see the club raising up. You see him lurching forward, his neck extends and his mouth opens, and a gout of acid spits forward in a 15-foot line. I need you and Carius to make dex saves.
Evasion.
Do that. There we go.
I rolled mine, but I
29.
failed.
Oh, yeah, evasion works. Okay.
I'm
Yeah, you
taking
could
some damage.
You see it coming, just sidestep out of the way, and this sidestep, unfortunately, lets most of the majority of acid land onto Carius there, and he takes 7 points of acid.
Ow.
Nasty. Okay. He just licks his lips afterwards.
Oh, for some reason it then rolled my deck save after, so let me just minus the extra 4 off. Guess I did fail.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's his action to do that, though. It is straight back to... Oh, wait, there's more. They can rush up. Ooh, yeah. Okay, seeing Carius on the floor, a bit of an opportunist. He's going to go straight for a longsword. Oh, okay.
I did say I picked him up.
Oh, is he?
Quickly.
Okay, I'll let you do that.
Oh. Well, still. If he's swinging for Carius, then
Yeah, you. Tell me how you clocked this guy out, because he was just 100 to 0. Yeah, I think you did.
oh
Yeah,
god.
you one-shot him.
So as he goes to reach out for Carius, I can imagine he's like sprinting towards him with arms outstretched. I just smack the arms down and then straight back up into the chin.
Yeah,
clocking
up
him
through the
back.
chin. You hear that snap, and his body just falls backwards. Ouch. Okay. That was a nasty hit. I think
Don't
the
put
last
your
one.
disgusting hands on him.
The last one rushes forward. He can only get to you, Kashan. Yeah. Great. Seems like they'll have to deal with you first, they notice. So 1.
Nope.
2.
Disadvantage, remember.
Because
Oh,
of
yeah.
cloak displacement.
Displace.
I'll take that health back.
17 does still hit though.
Does still
So you can take that damage back again. You should be on 75.
Yeah.
There we go. And then after that swing, now he's connected. Sees your image sort of stop blurring and then stand in place. And he goes for a bite. Ah, misses. You just like clock him in the throat. All right. That's it. Back to Carius and Kashan. Go ahead, take shared initiative and blow these guys up.
Taklo's just gonna So you know what? Let's just talking of blowing up, let's just be fun and they can have some
Nice.
shatter.
Ooh. The Jackaway just is backed up enough that he's out of the range, but the two in the front get blasted.
And
that
they're
puts
with
this one down.
Yeah, and they're also within 10 feet of me, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they can have another 6 damage.
Nice.
And I'll start wailing on them at the same time.
Yep. Just looks like the champion is the only one left after the shatter dealt with a small throw.
Ooh.
You see him like get smacked up against the wall. He peels himself off. And then whack, gets sent to the other side.
Yeah, the flurry of blows.
Yeah. Yeah, he's bloody. He's like reeling over. 6 uppercut to the chin. He's still standing.
Let's just go with a quick deck save.
Deck save it is. Flying backwards. 13.
That's a fail. Drops to the floor.
Oh, okay.
And
Crit
lastly,
to finish this off.
oof.
With a no, okay, but an 8 bludgeoning damage does whack him down onto the floor almost. You see him get up for a moment and then sort of collapse again.
I will actually seeing this jackal in the background. 5, 10, 15, 20. Hop over. Just get all up in his grill.
Okay.
And I'll hiss at him because he's a caner. Sometimes you got to be self-racist.
Okay. That is all there goes. I don't think they're gonna get another chance to do anything. It is the Jackaware up next. Seeing as this has all gone to crap, I think he is gonna try and run for it.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. You get an attack of opportunity on him. Actually, should he just sleep? You don't put you to sleep first. I don't know. Yeah, give me a wisdom save, Kishan.
Wisdom save.
Mm-hmm. You look straight in the eyes of this creature, and
This
you kind of
technically
feel.
be a charm effect.
No, he's not charming you. He's
Oh, okay,
putting you to sleep.
just checking. Wisdom save, you
Mhm.
got it. I'm good at those.
Yeah, you're fine. You get an attack of opportunity on him.
Sweet.
If he hits Sentinel, he's down. Yeah, he can't move.
And do you know what? You actually say that. Give me a cheeky little Constitution saving throw.
He's gonna stun him as well.
That's a fail. You ain't moving at all, my good sir.
Oh, okay. I think at that point, I'm gonna declare this combat toast. Yeah, that is over. Over the next few minutes, the gas does begin to slightly dissipate, but it's not fully cleared up. So I'm going to say it's down to lightly obscured, and the hacking and coughing effect is still there. But as long as you move through it, you don't actually suffer the effects. It's only if you linger in that area long enough. So that's going to end combat.
I'm just going to kind of pick this jackal up by the scruff of its neck,
It rolls around like it's
just kind of drag it over all of its. Be like, I got a live one.
As you do that, this troglodyte springs up to his feet and runs away. He starts running. He starts
No.
running. He
Told
was
the
on
dead.
feet. Told
He
the
was
dead.
pretending.
Yep, he was. I rolled a 9 on his deception, and it doesn't beat Llewellyn's passive perception. So
Told the dead.
Doesn't be any of our passive perception.
Yeah,
That'd be
that would be mine.
Well,
quickly
next
roll
time,
a dex. Just dex, Llewellyn. Just straight dex.
Dex.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell the dead him. 13. He fails. He just gets to the corner, and as he skids around, his head cracks off against the stonework. You're not sure if
Damn.
you're still the dead knocked him out or if he just slipped on all the blood.
4
but
off
he is
max
out.
damage.
Yeah, he's down.
That was.
See, why can't you do that with your Circle of Dead?
Stop! I don't control the dice.
That is necrotic damage. He withers away as he's just like on the floor.
Don't.
Yeah, nasty.
I like to imagine that the bell rings so hard inside his head that his head just explodes.
Probably, yeah. It's nasty. Adding to the more viscera in that tunnel. Okay. The Jackaware is not fighting back. After he comes around from the stun, he realizes this situation and just surrenders. He says, actually, he can't speak in jackal form, so he kind of like this whining noise, and suddenly you see him shifting in your grip, Kashan. You see the tuft of fur turn to normal humanoid skin as he reverts back to a much more human-looking shape.
I'll go from like holding the. In fact, I'll just take out a binding of rope and just tie his hands and legs.
Okay.
Right, Mr. Jackalware.
I did not expect him to be a shapeshifter.
No, neither did I. But
You think I could do that?
I'm curious now. But then, wait,
Try it.
Mr. Whatever you are, can you also turn it into like a full jackal?
I can, yes. That is
Kashan-
how it gets around the desert so quickly.
Sean, can you turn into a full cat?
What makes you say I turn into a cat?
Well, because you're a tabaxi.
I could have turned into a lion. You don't notice.
A lion is a cat. It's a big cat, but it's still a cat.
Anyway,
That's
stepping over the unconscious bodies and stuff, and so why are you here?
I was. Well, I can't. I was.
Irina.
You could do with some of your magical assistance over here.
He seems to like
the live one.
tried to overcome it, but he's unable to. And then
Okay, that's fine, but I don't know if the giant poison cloud has escaped your notice.
Yeah, just run through it.
you
Can
can run through it.
Go
can
where?
I also know that corner is very tight.
can
Yes.
can Carrius help with its dispersal by?
Yes.
We'll move all the bodies into the corner, by the way, all the unconscious ones.
Oh, it'd be such a waste of a 5th level spell slot, but it's annoying.
Like, are there
having-
any like air vents? Like you said,
Not down
the
here.
gas is
You're in-
dispersing.
You're in an underground dungeon. So
Ah.
there's no evidence.
Screw it.
There's
Control winds. I'm just going to control the wind and blow the poison out. I'll use the 5th level slot.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
Just get out of my
Sure
way.
enough, the strong winds disperse the stinking cloud.
So obviously the unconscious ones are probably cursed, but we have a live one.
Just drag him out.
Well, a non-unconscious one that can turn into a jackal, who is also cursed.
So this guy here.
Yep.
And imagine if he helped.
Stand on his face.
Imagine how many enemies he could put to sleep.
It is not very strong, I assure you. All
Yeah,
of you seem
I-
to manage.
Yeah, it worked on me.
Yeah. Just sort of grab his face and cast remove curse. Candlewick goes up the nose, through the ears. Just does this thing. Does a bit of scrambling around in there.
Well, Candlewick
His head explodes.
hesitates. As it's swirling around, Candlewick seems to hesitate, just smoking around for a while, and then almost returns back to you before completing the spell. And I guess Candlewick makes a smoky image in front of you. That of, I guess, 2 hands, like, or a set of scales.
Like, was he, wasn't he? I can't really tell if he was cursed, but I did the thing anyway.
It's the heat seems to go from your left hand to your right hand, and you feel like you're holding 2 like balls of fire, but it's just Candlewick communicating with heat. You've got 2 things.
Okay, so potentially he's literally got 2 brain cells. One
Or
is one personality and one is the jackal. So one's human, one's the jackal, I assume.
or if
You feel like, as you say, jackal. One of your palms definitely heats up.
So take 2 remove curses just to get rid of it.
or
For the jackal,
yeah,
one for the human. So you've cured him.
Well, the jackal is the curse.
It heats up again. In your
Right,
palm.
okay. So this is an incurable curse?
It goes cold.
Okay.
I think what he might be saying is this person's under the jackal curse and the other curse. Which one do you want him to remove?
Right, well, we'll get rid of the mind control one first.
You feel the other palm in your right hand begin to simmer, fly back into his mind, out through the nostrils, and
Sweet.
in through the ears, out through the nostrils, and then you see his mind just sort of shudder.
What
And
if
then
what
it
if-
means I am losing the spell slot in my power, but I am using that to cast remove curse.
What
and
if he
take away
wants
the
to be a
jackal curse
jackal?
too?
Really? Wow. Okay. You're gonna get rid of his jackal curse as well.
What if he wants to be a jackal though?
Okay, well, ask
Remove
him.
curse is-
Like, do you want to be a jackal? Do you like this curse, or
No, of course not. I've had to live on the outskirts of society of my life, and fearful of discovery, I just wanted to go back to my family in the dry oasis, but
who's your family?
Who is your
my
family?
family are, well, they're they're masons in the dry oasis.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, Irina, do your stuff, I guess. You want to?
Yep. Remove the curse.
He says, you will need your strength, though. If you wish to defeat the Mistress of Mirage, she is very strong.
Okay, but can you control the jackal side of yourself, or is that?
I can shift freely. I'm not a an uncontrollable thing
maintain
like a werewolf.
Your senses when you're the jackal.
Sorry?
Can you maintain your senses as the jackal?
I have better senses as a jackal.
No, as in,
You have control of
Of your-
yourself while you are a
I
jackal.
feel like
are you still you?
I feel like I've got more control than I have ever had.
Wonderful. Okay, once we've dealt with this thing, I will free you of this curse.
Thank
But-
you from the bottom of my heart. I have no words that can repay you. I have nothing to my name.
I
Well-
don't need repaying.
I bet
Well, how about rather than any form of payment or stuff, information?
Like,
Yes.
wait, let's not be so hasty. Money.
There is gold upon measure in this place.
I was joking.
She,
I
the
was
Mistress of Mirages, has hoarded it. All the people she has mind controlled, I guess, she has brought it back here.
Yeah.
What is your name?
It is
Jack.
Golu.
Sorry, what's his
Wow.
name?
Golu.
Gulu. Alright, Gulu. Sounds like she's saying glue.
I just thought Gollum.
Um lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, it's gone.
So,
Uh,
go ahead.
so, one, would you like to wait at the entrance or would you like to help us with this? And two, you said about the treasures. How do you get into the room, the secret doorways? If you have any idea.
Uh, I know there are magical powers that ward this place. A lot of it is fuzzy. I came to this place of free will to begin with, but I think she got
Whose
suspicious
will?
of me. I am. That is my surname.
Ah,
But
Jack
then
will.
I think she didn't trust me. I guess maybe it is my nature. But she took over my mind. I remember a song. She uses song for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Music is her power. But I can tell you what I remember before my mind was taken. Most of this level is protected by that magic. There are
Are there
there's
like
a holding cell. Oh my goodness, the prisoners. They are still locked away in cages.
Ooh. Could you lead us?
It is just down that corridor. The Trinkali, he has the key.
Right. Just a quick question before we the instrument she played to ensnare you, do you remember what sort of instrument it was?
Yes, it is very old. Not many are made these days, but the closest comparison to a modern one would be like a flute, but it is known as a duduk.
Okay. Because that's the thing that I find a little odd. Because weren't we told by some of the ones we rescued that they played a stringed instrument?
I have seen her with one as well.
Ah, so she
Her
can play
favorite
multiple.
one. Yes, she is very talented.
I was just worried that there might be two of them and we would have to deal with both. But if there's just one person and they're good at multiple instruments, that's fine.
Indeed.
Do you know what's at the end of this corridor? Just sort of points to the one that Taklo went up.
I hmm. He's gonna roll an intelligence check for this one, just because.
Yeah.
It might not be one where he goes in and out of very often, or
I mean, he.
had done before.
Oh no, he didn't come down from that one. He came down from this one, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
The other guys.
So I'm gonna give him just one quick intelligence check. Ooh, pretty good. He says, I think that's her treasury, but
All right. Well, that's...
wait. He puts his arm on your shoulder and realizes that he's sorry. It doesn't add up though. I've seen her take the possessions and belongings off of people, but they were not taken to there. They were taken to another chamber, lower down.
What kind of
But-
possessions?
But I remember that room. I have laid eyes on it. It is filled with gold.
But you said possessions for the other one. What sort of possessions did she take?
Thing of worth, jewelry, tools, items of worth. But for the most part, the dry oasis deals in water. It is strange that she would have so much gold.
Yeah, did see quite a few of the mind-controlled civilians using gold in the dry oasis.
But I'm wondering if maybe they have plans outside with enough wealth behind you. You can do quite a lot. Particularly if their goal is the Sultanate.
I will say is, do not trust what you see. She is a master of illusion.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go rescue those prisoners. I'm just going to get the things off of this guy. He's been electrocuted. He's been blown apart a few times, but I'm sure I can find the keys.
So at the end of that chain whip that he's got, there is a set of keys dangling from it as well.
Kashan, do you want this chain whip? It looks kind of cool. I don't know if you can use it. But...
It's a spiked chain. So it's got like a ball at the end of it, like a spiked ball.
Oh, kind of like a flail, effectively.
Yeah, exactly.
But because it just looks like a chain, it's almost like it feels almost like the weighted end of a kusarigama, which has like a sickle at one end and a weight at the other.
It could be that. Could be the grapple at the end of it. But
would it have similar properties to Chainy Dave?
possibly. Let's see. It's got a similar length. It's about 10-foot reach weapon.
Could I do the same thing with it?
It does similar damage. Yeah, it does like piercing damage. And if you're proficient enough, you can grapple people.
So it would effectively be the exact same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Yeah.
Okay. But I like Chainy Dave.
I was thinking more. Okay. I was thinking more as a souvenir you could have in your room. And then Karis just because I want to try to make Sean set. I can imagine you may be dangling from the ceiling, so you've got something to play with.
Be nice.
Damn.
Racist.
Right, let's go.
But yes, I shall pop it in my bag.
So
for no reason.
On this keychain, there are a number of dangling iron ones, and there is one large stone key.
I should take all the keys.
Okay. Yep, you got them all.
When we're done, can I have those?
Yes.
Cool.
So,
as you come around the corner, Carius Llewellyn, you observe that the door is open the way the troglodytes came, and you can even see the other end of the door of that corridor that was locked previously. Seems the troglodytes had passage through there, or maybe they knew the command word for the arcane lock. But in addition to that, the thing that catches your eye most is there are these nooks and crannies, and you can see on them there are symbols. They are a light in different colored magic, and all of them seem to represent notes or musical script.
Andy, we found music.
Great.
Cracks the knuckles.
Not that I needed to do that really, but okay.
Theatrical flair.
It's in colours.
Are we going to be planning on taking a rest anytime soon?
Well, I was thinking once we've rescued the prisoners, we could perhaps rest there, but give a chance for Andy to check this out, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the last thing I do because it is nearly 10 o'clock, by the way. So
Yeah.
got work in the morning.
There is a large stone door with a huge keyhole in it that you can actually see through Llewellyn, and you can actually see that there are cages. There are people inside said cages.
Right, let's open this door with a big stone key.
Oh, we can open it. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent.
that's easy
Okay.
enough to do.
Just
The
sneak
door
in.
slides upwards, revealing a pretty filthy dark chamber. There is iron balls and shackles. There are cages, bones strewn around the floor.
Well, your time is up. We've come to eat your bones.
Oh,
Nah,
what?
Nah, I kid. We're here to
Yeah.
rescue you. We're not like the
I'll
rest.
give Llewellyn the keys and then just be. I'm just going. You unlock them. Andy, let's check out this music stuff. I'm curious, and I'm trying to
she's
learn.
already wandering around looking at it all.
Okay.
My brain is. I don't know why. I'm sure this isn't what it is, but because you got all the colourful musical notes on the screen right there, for some reason my brain is thinking of the old game Bop It and having to run around and do it in the right order.
Well, find out.
You didn't say that's not what it was. Did you note that?
Alright. I'll move Andy around. Here we go. So there you go. You
Perfect.
can have a little. You can see now.
Travel it. That's all I got.
Okay. We'll come back to the prisoners later because that's quite a lot of role playing there. But I assume you're undoing the cages, and that's going to take some time.
That's gonna be a
But yes, Andy, you are seeing a lot of familiar symbols. You recognize them all, of course. They are indeed musical notation of there's about 4 different colors of each. As you go, you can feel free to look around the room.
I'm gonna
And
go for this one. It's blue. I'm gonna stand by this one.
there's clearly a little rune on the wall, and that rune is like projecting a holographic image of a note, kind of floats there.
Any ideas?
And that one of the ends of the passageways has a rather large stone door, very sealed shut. Doesn't seem to have a keyhole like the other one did, the prisoner's one, but there is a strange stone round, maybe like a switch or a very low altar to the ground. That's for sure.
There's
Looks
four
more like a
compartments.
pressure pad, but that's it.
4 compartments. Each compartment has the same 7 notes. There must be a pattern, and we're all going to have to do it at the same time. That is my guess.
Mm. Does just as a guess, does any of this ring a bell to that song we learnt back when we were in the town?
It goes round. It repeats here. Round. Repeats here. Repeats.
I don't think you could. Well, it would be tricky. You could try and.
To me, just as being someone who reads music and stuff, you can't really make a score out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
They're notations mostly.
they're just the various symbols you can use on a
Yeah.
music score, there isn't any.
Yeah,
It's like you
right.
can't have 4 treble clefs in the piece, apart from at the start of the lines.
Yeah.
So, that's maybe
yeah.
me just being too.
No, you're right. It doesn't look like you could play a song with this. Not like a full score at the very least, but
But
my
there will
idea
certainly
for
be a
Wonderwall
pattern
is
of
that.
some kind.
The only other thing of interest is at the end of the corridor there seems to be like a large pressure plate before the locked door. You can see it through Irina's vision there.
I'll quickly do this before I have to head off, but I'm gonna just test, for example, what would happen if I were to say put my finger on the one here.
That's what happens. You see the little note, the holographic note, raises up, brightens, and then pops, and then it reappears back on the wall, and you would hear the note play, and it plays very much like that flute that you're hearing around the chambers, and it sounds louder. It sounds immediately next to your ear, so it's just like a doo.
She's gonna look down at Kashan because you can see Kashan's in the little section there, and she goes, "Point at this one that you have next to you at the same time I do. Ready?"
Which one was it?
So it was that one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So ready?
Sharp.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3. Yeah, and then.
Nice. But yeah, then you hear a different note, which is louder and more prominent one, which is, I guess, it's higher pitched.
So we can make a song. But yes, I have to go to bed now.
No worries. Yeah, and as Kishan goes from one to one, starts playing a tune of some sort.
It's
yeah,
literally. Do you remember in the Oracle where they had that piano attached to the wall and you could just hit it and play the piano against the wall?
Yeah, all the ones that you get on the floor.
Yeah.
it is. All right,
Right.
cool.
My brain will be pondering that all week.
Yeah, it's simpler than what you think. Don't worry.
Probably.
It's just a little bit of fun, but
Is it?
yeah, it's not hard.
It bothers me that obviously not the purple one, but the other 3 look like they should all be in the same pattern, except orange isn't.
What do you mean?
Like it's
Yeah,
like
for
the
some
left side
reason, for
one.
this bit here should be over here if it follows the pattern, but it's not.
I just mean like the symbols were up one.
It is same pattern.
No,
same as this one.
It's off by 1. It's offset by 1. These should all be moved down. What 1?
No, you're talking out your bum bum.
I think we should save this puzzle until next week.
Right.
All right,
Makes
Purely
sense.
for the fact that I think Kirsty would actually really like this puzzle.
Yeah.
Because music.
Yeah. That's why when I saw it, I was just like, Andy.
Okay. I don't think anyone else would really recognize them unless they play an instrument. They wouldn't know what these symbols are. Ooh, hieroglyphics. No.
So
tune in next
Lavellum
week.
would recognize them.
Yeah, maybe.
French?
With bagpipes, yeah, you would. Oh god. All right. Anyway, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks very much for watching. Tune in again next week. We'll discover the puzzle and hopefully go deeper into this dungeon and find Sandy.
And join us Sunday where we fight Baba Yaga.
Oh boy. Yeah, big fight on Sunday.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then on not this Monday, but the following after that. For what lies beneath.
Yep. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.